Adora was tired of living in endless poverty. Hunger, shame, and hopelessness had followed her for as long as she could remember. Desperate to change her fate, she decided to visit the dark forest. The cursed place whispered about in fearful tones, said to grant wishes at a terrible cost. What Adora did not know was that the sacrifice was always greater than the reward, and the loss was something no soul ever found peace living with. Since the day she was born, Adora had grown up hearing stories of her family's curse. Generation after generation, they had lived in poverty, mocked and pitied by the villagers. No matter how hard they worked, nothing ever changed. Adora believed the curse began with her great-grandparents, and she was determined to end it, no matter the price. Deep within the dark forest, she encountered a mysterious woman cloaked in shadows. Her voice was calm, yet heavy with warning. "Are you willing to give what the forest asks of you?" the woman asked. Adora hesitated only for a moment before nodding. "Follow me," the woman ordered. They walked until they reached a small weathered hut hidden among twisted trees. Inside, the woman sat down slowly and looked straight at Adora. "The forest asks for your sight in exchange for riches." Adora jumped back in fear, her heart pounding. She moved closer to the door, her hands trembling. "To gain wealth," the woman continued, "you must lose a part of yourself." "But how will I live without my sight?" Adora cried. The woman's expression did not change. "The choice is yours to make." Adora turned to leave, but memories flooded her mind. The laughter of villagers, the whispers, the humiliation her family had endured for generations. Her steps slowed, her shoulders sank. She walked back and sat down. "Please," she whispered, her voice breaking, "take something else." The woman smiled slowly and said, "A price for all, but borne by one." She pointed toward the door, signaling for Adora to leave. That night, Adora walked out of the dark forest and returned home exhausted. She collapsed onto her mat and fell into a deep, dreamless sleep. Morning came with unfamiliar sounds, voices, laughter, and excitement. Adora stepped outside to find her home surrounded by villagers eager to buy her father's vegetables. The farm, once dry and barren, now overflowed with healthy crops. Her older brother soon left for the city after securing a new job. Joy filled Adora's heart. She believed the forest had truly granted her wish. That month, the family earned more money than they ever had before. Her father re-enrolled her two sisters in school, and her mother started a small sewing business, which Adora helped run with pride. But beneath the happiness, something felt wrong. That night, the full moon hung low and red in the sky. A heavy unease settled in Adora's chest. As she reached for her father's gardening tools, a frog suddenly leapt and spat onto her leg. Her heart raced, fear crawled up her spine. She rushed back inside. The next morning, Adora felt strangely light as she stood up. When she stepped outside, her entire family gasped in horror. "Adora, what's happened?" her mother whispered. Fear etched across her face as she stepped closer. "Mama, what is it?" Adora asked, her voice shaking. She froze, sensing the terror in everyone's eyes. She ran to the mirror. What stared back at her shattered her heart. Her skin was dry and cracked, her body thin and bony. A foul smell clung to her no matter how hard she scrubbed. The beauty she once had was gone. "No, no, no," she cried, collapsing to the ground as her tears soaked the earth. The forest had granted her wishes, but the price had been her beauty. A price for all, paid by one. Now, Adora finally understood the woman's words.